4000 South Main Street, KCK, from 11 to 1. Stop by, get your free period products and free underwear, no questions asked. We're also hoping to have a COVID clinic there as well. It's not confirmed, but keep an eye out on social media, on the Giving Hope and Help page, Giving Hope and Help. We'll put that out there that we may be possibly having a COVID testing clinic as well as COVID vaccine vaccinations. Listen, if you've already been vaccinated, wonderful, great, but we want to get people that are already vaccinated tested as well because of this Delta variant. So many people are walking around with it and may not know that they have it, even though they have been vaccinated. So stay tuned for the Kansas Beats COVID and Giving Hope and Help Beats COVID. That is coming soon. If not this coming Saturday, September 4th, it will be forthcoming. So I just wanted to put that out there. So now I would like to introduce this beautiful, beautiful young lady. Look at this smile. She is just beautiful. Miss Brooklyn Franklin is Miss Elementary America 3rd grade. Hey, Brooklyn.
Hi.
I am just so glad and I'm so honored to be here with you today. Thank you for saying yes. You're no stranger to me and I'm not to you. Thank you for all that you've done for the community through supporting and volunteering. Brooklyn is a world changer, a youth world changer volunteer with Giving Hope and Help. And she's done a few things with us to uplift cancer patients as well as to support our movement to end period poverty. She has filled 100 love bags period on her own. And so I'm just honored to be with you, Brooklyn. And I love seeing you on social media with all of your accolades and achievements. And you're not just beautiful, but you're brilliant as well. So you have the brains and the beauty. So I just want to thank you for saying yes. And I want you to just share a little bit about yourself, share with us your school, and a little bit about the pageantry and Brave. Tell us about Brave as well. So I'll let you take it away, Brooklyn.
So I go to PLE Elementary, Pleasantly Elementary, and a little bit about Brave would be it stands for Building Respect and Values for Everyone. It is important to not bully people because they have a disability or because of their skin color. You need to know that you always need to be nice to everyone and make sure you don't bully them because in school that can be a big issue.
You are just so well spoken. Yes, so correct. Have you actually seen any bullying at school personally?
Yes.
And how did you handle that?
I either told a teacher or told an adult that was in the school building.
That was taking place?
Yes.
Wow. So did you happen to say anything to the person that was being bullied, or, how has that worked?
I've mostly been trying to back away from the person who bullies them because I don't know if they're going to bully me.
Well, I mean, the person that was being bullied, do you approach that person? The
yes.
person yeah. And how does that interaction go when you approach the person?
It goes pretty well because I'll be able to talk to them and they're either going to say, do you want to be my friend? Or we can just go play, or they're going to end up being mad.
So basically you're helping others by speaking to the children and your classmates that are being bullied. I think that is very highly commendable. Oftentimes peer pressure keeps other students from, intervening. And so I think it's commendable that you speak to an adult or a teacher, and then also try to be friends with the person whose feelings may be hurt. I think that's so important. So kudos for you. And that's exactly what your title would expect, but I believe that's just in you anyway, because your mom and dad have raising you so well. So Brooklyn, are you 9 yet, or are you 8?
I'm 8 still. I'm turning 9 next month.
Next month. What's your actual birthday?
September the 28th.
September, almost a month. Oh, yesterday was the 28th. So almost, well, basically 29 days. You're going to be 9 years old. Do you have any plans for your birthday?
We're going to have a sleepover with 2 of my friends. We're going to have like a pizza night, and then that's really it.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty small and quaint. Two of your friends. I love that. Now, with this COVID, I want to talk a little bit about how it has affected you and how it has affected your pageantry. But before that, let's talk about pageantry. Let's talk a little bit more about Brave, and tell me when you first started being in pageants. I know you were younger than you are now. So let's talk about when you first began being in pageants up until now, because I believe I remember seeing you winning at a younger age as well. Tell us a little bit about that, the beginning.
So I actually, my mom used to do pageants, and I watched her do that. We went to Reno for one of her things, and I was like, "Mommy, can I be in pageants?" And at first she was a little bit off. She didn't really know, but I started and I loved it. So I just kept doing it.
Wow. And how old were you when you started?
5.
5 years old. And I remember seeing you at 5 years old. Can you remember any of those? Any favorite stories or anything you can share?
I don't really remember a lot when I was 5.
Just anything about the experience. Did you get any friends that you're still friends with today that are in the pageants? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I have a couple friends around the state. I have one friend in Washington. I have a friend in Minnesota, which I'm still friends with. I have friends in North Carolina. I have friends basically everywhere.
Wow, at 8, almost 9 years old, you have friends in all these states. Wow, that's pretty amazing. That's alone is just an accomplishment. So how do you keep in touch with them? Do you text or you FaceTime?
I would say FaceTime.
That's
Mostly.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So that was more like the beginning at age 5. So tell us a little bit about the experience and the journey when you recently won Miss Elementary America 3rd grade.
My experience was amazing because when I won, I was in shock. My heart was beating so fast. I didn't even know what to do with myself. But right after we had a photo shoot, I was sweating outside because it was so sunny. And we had to take pictures by ourselves. And then we had to take more pictures with, like in a group all together. And then we had to take a bunch of pictures on stage. And then I had to do my crowning picture again. Everything was crazy that day. And right after, there was the big girls finals, which we had to come to. They introduced us, and yeah.
Wow, amazing. And I watched you through your mom sharing the journey on social media, on Facebook. And I mean, my cheeks are like hurting now because they're smiling so hard. And I was literally in tears to see you just so poised and just so amazing. And even though you were shocked and you were sweating and you were hot and you didn't know what to do with yourself, no one could tell. You kept yourself together. you're just so well poised, and I just think that's amazing. Do you think that's a lot because your mom taught you and pageantry taught you, or do you think that's some of that's just God gifted you with that?
Probably both, mostly.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. So tell us a little bit about some of the pep talks maybe that you and your mom may have, like when you were doing this last pageant. You had all these different times. You had evening, would you have evening, and some of the dress things that you had? Is it called dress attire, evening? I don't know the categories, but tell us a little bit about that, and maybe how the talks went with your mom, or did you even at this point need your mom to talk to you, or you just have it naturally now?
Some of the areas of competition would be evening gown, fun fashion, and interview.
Okay.
Interview is probably interview is the first stage of competition that starts, and then normally the pageant and stuff starts on a day like before that or after. There's also prelims, which is the same exact thing.
So when you had the interview, did they actually ask you a question and you had to answer the question?
Yes, they ask us 16 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, and we all have to answer them in an amount of, I think, 30
Yeah,
minutes. 3 minutes to answer all of the questions.
Can you remember one question? Can you share one question and your answer?
Yes, one of the
Okay.
questions was not on my resume that I did, and that was, why would you want to win? And I was very surprised that they did that because that was on one of the older girls' lists resume. I answered because I'm a really nice helper for some of the sister queens, for my sister queens, and I'm always there to help.
That is so amazing, and that's so you. What do you want to be when you get older, like grown up?
Uh, that's a hard question to answer because when I was younger, I wanted to be a ballerina. Then I wanted to be a gymnast. Then I wanted to be a dress designer. And now I want to be a model.
Now you want to be a model.
Yep.
Wow. Well, you are already well on your way. And I do think that you recently signed with an agent. Am I correct?
Yep.
And what is that for modeling?
Yes.
And what agent is that?
MMG, their modeling agency out of Los Angeles and New York.
Good. And what are some of your objectives to achieve with the modeling agency?
We have castings that we have to do like at home, and we already got one casting, actually 3, and we just recently got one done. That's out. We have castings we have to do.
Talk about what do you do with modeling? What kind of areas do they have in modeling?
Mom, you can feel free to jump in. Feel free to jump in.
So there's so much when it comes to modeling. What do we have? We've got print. So you can do print for like magazines and TV. You've got commercials. So she can get booked for any type of commercials or acting. And I think that's kind of where she's wanting to stay, especially in the fashion world, because she's really into fashion right now. So
love it. I love it. What type of fashion? Now, I did see your first day of school picture, and I loved the dress. I absolutely loved the dress. It made me feel like, yes, she's in 3rd grade. She looks like she's in 3rd grade. Her dress is exemplifying education with the numbers and the letters on it. That's the one, you know which one I'm talking about? I just love, did you pick that dress yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. Just loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I love your taste, by the way. Your evening gown, your everything that I saw when you were going through the Miss Elementary pageant was just amazing. So what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is either turquoise or teal.
Turquoise. Okay. Okay. So talk to me a little bit about COVID-19. How has it affected you and your education? I know last year you were virtual at home, correct?
Yes.
And now you're physically going to school, and it is every day, correct?
Yes.
And do you have to wear a mask at school all day?
Yes, we do have to wear a mask every day. When we're outside, we either put it on our wrist, or if we have like a keychain or something for it, it can go around our necks, or we can just keep it on or pull it down.
And do you choose to keep yours on, or you take it off at recess?
I take mine off at recess. I have like a lanyard for mine. So I just take it off and it just hangs around my neck.
And so, I know this is kind of new for you to have to wear a mask to school, but how do you feel like overall the students are dealing with this while they're
Um,
at school wearing a mask?
I would say okay. I wouldn't say great. Um, because some people in our class have like they can't breathe with their mask on, or they don't like want to have it on. Um, and that's kind of what we're dealing with in our classroom. Some people don't want to put on their mask, um, and our teacher either sends them somewhere so they know how to put it on correctly, because it's normally where it's right here on their chin.
Oh, I see. I see they need to pull it up. Okay. I see. Wow. Well, you're a trooper for, you know, wanting to go to school and wear this. I know that could be a hardship. Has it affected your grades at all or your learning? Does wearing a mask, can you concentrate with this mask on at school?
Yeah, it helps me concentrate a little bit more, but my face, it starts hurting because of my ears. It's either too tight or the lanyard gets stuck in it.
So it can be an irritant. So when we're talking about learning, we'll shift over to that. What are your favorite subjects in school?
My favorite subjects in school are math, reading, and art. That's a special, but I still like it.
Well, art is very special, and I know it's a special class, meaning specials like PE and art, but art is amazing. And with the gifts that you have with liking fashion and liking to be in pageantry, that kind of falls in line with an artsy type personality. Wouldn't you say, Mom?
I would say so. She's always had a thing for being creative. When it comes to art, she loves drawing. Um, I want to say her second big national pageant, if you want to tell Miss Jessica about that, she actually did a talent and performed a talent. So tell her about that.
So I did a talent. I did speed painting. I had
60.
60 seconds to complete a sculpture, not a sculpture, a painting. I chose the American flag and I did Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. And I did that. And it was really fast because I was practicing and I had a coach or whatever to come help me with that. And I had a certain outfit that I had to wear, which was really cute. I really liked it. It was like this romper that had a train on it.
Wow, I love it. I love it. So you did speed painting. So amazing. So amazing. And math, you like math and you like reading. I remember that you like to read, so I think that's awesome. Are there any type of books that you like to read?
Yeah, right now I really like, um, there's one series called The Girls Who Code. I really like that series. I've been reading that in my class right now. And I haven't finished it quite yet, but it's like a chapter book series. And then I also like American Girl books. Right now I'm reading Kira, that
Okay.
American book.
Awesome, awesome. Well, when I was your age, many, many, many years ago, there was a book series out by an author named Judy Blume. And I learned about Judy Blume in 4th grade. So if that comes to your attention when you have library as a special class, or if you're ever introduced to Judy Blume, I would love to know if the kids are still reading her stuff. So Mom, if she gets a Judy Blume book, let me know. I would love to know if
I've heard of it before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that's been something either in a catalog that she's read or when we've gone to Barnes and Noble.
okay.
So yeah.
That is so cool because when I was in 4th grade, I was reading all of her books. I loved to read growing up. And my house where I lived growing up wasn't far from, it was probably 3 blocks from a local library. It's no longer a library now, but it was a library then. And believe it or not, it was safe enough back then, Brooklyn, when I was your age. I used to walk there by myself and stay, right, your eyes are huge. Yeah, I know. I used to walk there by myself. And actually, I was 9 because I was in 4th grade. So you're almost 9. So basically your age. So I used to walk there. I used to ride my bike there, leave my bike outside. Nobody bothered it. And I would stay in the library, I know, for 2 or 3 hours. And that is kind of like what I did growing up. In addition to, normal children stuff, playing and riding bikes in the neighborhood. I used to ride my bike blocks away from my house. Of course, now it's not safe to do that. But back then it was safe to do that. And I fell in love with Judy Blume. So they had a shelf in the library with just rows of a whole row of Judy Blume books. And I used to read them all the time. So I would encourage you, if you've seen it, I loved them when I was growing up. So take a look at them when you get an opportunity. Pretty cool. And then you like math. Is it addition, subtraction, division? What do you like?
Right now, I really like division. We're still learning that right now. We're learning division and times tables right now.
Yeah, once you get those timetables down, that whole, do they still give you the chart?
No, not right now, but we have dry erase boards that we're doing with math.
Okay.
But we have division boards, but we normally do division like at the end. I wouldn't say the end, but 2 months before school ends, because we're still going to be learning times.
Multiplication. So when I was in school, there was a chart and it was like the numbers 1 to 100 were on it, and it taught you how to do the multiplication. I didn't know if you have seen that chart, if everything is so different now, but those multiplication charts, I just memorized the whole thing. And that's how I remembered my multiplication, which of course you got to know multiplication to do your division. So yeah, so I would just say practice, practice, practice. 2 times 2 and it's 4, and 4 times 4. And I just kept going. 16 times 16, and just kind of kept going. But anyway, I am so impressed by you, Brooklyn. You are just so well-rounded. You've done so much already at the age of 9. And so is being in a movie or a kid's show, anything like that, one of your dreams?
Yeah, mostly I don't know if anyone knows this, but I've been wanting to be on Nickelodeon.
Oh, cool. So is that something that your agency could assist with maybe?
I don't know, but I think so maybe.
Yeah, they could probably. I mean, I'm sure there's ways to kind of navigate into that. Once we really start to hone in on how it is to do all the traveling and all of that, especially with COVID right now, being kind of back into the midst of things. We'll kind of see, but I know she definitely would do well with Nickelodeon or Disney. So you know what? We'll reach for the stars, right?
Yep.
I love it. I am so excited because I know that the best is yet to come. So what I would like to say to you regarding your dreams, any other dreams before I say this? Any other dreams?
No.
Okay. So your main thing is you would like to model, be on Nickelodeon, help people. So what makes me so proud of you is that everything is not all about you. You want to help others when you're fulfilling your dreams. And that's what I think makes you so, so special. So don't ever lose that in everything that you do. Make sure that you're always giving in the capacity that you can, or however you can. I think that is amazing. It makes you so special. But with what I wanted to say about your dreams and your affirmation about your dreams is to start saying affirmations. I'm not sure if you already do. Do you know what that term affirmations is? It's like saying positive things to yourself. I'm sure you're.
I've never. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I've never heard of that word, but I have talked to myself before.
Yep.
Positive ways.
Yeah. So basically affirmations just means affirming your dreams. So I would just say, Brooklyn, when you're talking to yourself, maybe in the mirror, do you practice in the mirror at home, or I don't know, but maybe wherever you get dressed, wherever you brush your teeth, you can put a post-it note on the mirror and write a small affirmation. Today I will achieve, or today I will be kind. Today I will be, just saying these things out loud, whatever it is that you say to yourself, especially when you're doing your pageantry. I think it's just an awesome way to feed positivity to your spirit. And I know that your mom teaches you so well, and you talk to yourself. What do you say when you talk to yourself? Brooklyn, I got this.
Mostly, if you saw my live, when I won, I was saying something in the background, but I don't really remember. You saw me saying something or whatever, and right when they called my name, I was bawling my eyes out.
I know. I just think it's so special. So you don't know what you were saying, but you were saying something to yourself, right? I love it. I love it. So when you get ready to do your pageantry, not your pageantry, but your casting calls, and I think because of COVID, you'll be doing some of them like on video, maybe, and sending the video in. Is that what they're going to have you do?
Yes.
So, just say those positive affirmations to yourself. You are a beautiful child. You're a beautiful young lady. And I know you hear that a lot, but I don't want you to ever feel like you have to be the best at everything, because you don't. Take that load off. You are only required to give your best at what you do. And you can only give your best when you're fully healthy in your mind, body, and spirit. And so take stress off. And I know that Mom is so awesome about that kind of stuff. Mom, can you give us some tips on how you manage that? Or maybe the other mothers that may be tuned in.
Well, it's funny because with Brooklyn, she is spitting image of me times 10, and she works hard. She studies everything she does. When it comes to pageants, we just actually went to Georgia last week, and while the girls are playing, or just kind of being kids, she's paying attention to detail on stage and watching the girls, and she really wants to be there to support her friend. She's always about just empowering others, and I think that is something that both myself and my husband really show her is important, to be supportive of those that you care about and you love, and pay close attention to detail. And I think that's what really sets her apart from a lot of her other competitors at her age. However, I do tell her it is okay to rest. It is
Yes.
okay to sit down and not do things. But it is hard. Those weekends that we're not doing much of anything, or, we're just lounging in the bed, we feel like we're missing out on stuff. But, we make sure that all the kids get good night's rest. So, they have schedules for bedtime, and they will tell you they love naps. They'll fall asleep in the car anywhere at any time.
I fell asleep today when we went to go pick up my brother from coding. I was asleep the whole car ride. I was laying down right in my seat and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Felt so good.
I wish I could take naps like kids do, but no, I think it's important to, of course, rest your body and rest your mind. The good thing about pageantry, especially here in the Midwest, and what I try to make sure of is we don't do too much. It can wear you out competing. It's like a full-time job. You're there all day. You're watching, you're changing, you're getting ready, hair and makeup. It's a full-time job. And so
I was about to say.
What did you say?
I was about to say it's like a full-time job.
Yeah, it's a full-time job. So we don't put her in too many throughout the year. She might have one small competition that she does locally, and that's just to kind of get those butterflies out and just practice. But we do one big one. I mean, she's only been doing it for a few years, so we'll do one big national competition and take everything that she's learned throughout the year and put it to work. And even doing virtual school, that was
hard.
It was hard, but it was so captivating to see how well it helped her in the interviewing process, because all they had was communicating through
a computer.
So she had to vocalize her concerns, her emotions, her successes, all via computer for 18 months. And so I really think that helped her be more fluent and to be able to be more expressive in her time in the interview room. Because that was a worry for me is, you're beautiful, you got, the look, the walk, but I also want there to be depthness to you. And I want them to be able to see that. And it's hard when they're little because, they're still learning. All those development skills are still coming. And they're still going to be something that is, breaking through. But she's really perfect that ability and continues to do that more and more each day. And so having these, radio shows virtually really help her be able to communicate. And that's why I'm kind of sitting back to let her be able to use her voice and be able to express those things that she's going through and, her goals. So.
Well, I think it's awesome. Brooklyn is very well outspoken, and I know that you're trying to sit back but what I see when both of you are talking, I see the synergy between both of you, and I see just the connection. And it may be because one, your mom, but two, because you've been through pageantry yourself and you know what it takes. So you can identify with her. Oftentimes we have gymnasts, we have girls that are doing pageants that their mom wasn't that. Mm-hmm. And so mom is pushing for her to do it. And she wants to do it. But as a mom, having firsthand experience going through it yourself, does that set you apart from some other moms, I would think? And it's a boost to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think so. I allow her probably, more so both of the oldest to make decisions for themselves when it comes to the activities that they like, even the food that, they want to try. So we're really big on that. However, if they do a sport, a hobby, whatever they put their mind to, we want them to give 100%. And it's fine if they don't like it at the end, but as long as they're going through that process, they're giving it 100%. And then we can look back and say, hey, what didn't you like about this? Okay, moving forward, let's try something else. Or maybe we can, do something that different about that sport or hobby or whatever it is. In Brooklyn, she's actually good at whatever she puts her mind to. So it makes it really hard to say, okay, let's have a seat back. But the good thing is, when it comes to pageants, like I said, we're not so in tune that we're doing them all the time. So that allows her to just take a break. Now that she's getting older, she's getting more attention to the modeling side, the fashion side. All of that is a lot for her, I think, right now. However, I think we also explained to her how it could set her up for opportunity as she gets older. It definitely is a world of opportunity. And the world that we live in now is all about taking those leaps of faith and putting yourself out there, whether it's social media, whether it's photography, whatever it is, being able to allow others to see you so that you get the same type of opportunity as someone else. So that's kind of where we're at. So.
It's amazing. It's funny that you brought up food because I had a question about food. What is your favorite food? Would you consider yourself a picky eater?
Yeah. Today, my favorite food would probably be, I have a lot of favorites.
You can tell us all of them. I would love to know if any of your favorites are my favorites.
One place that we've been to once, I really like, Bibi Bop. They just opened one, like right where our outside mall is. That could be one of my favorites. I like mac and cheese, but I don't really eat that as often. I like noodles, anything that has noodles in it. I like a bunch of other stuff, but I don't really know what could be my favorite.
You like sushi?
Oh yes,
Ooh,
I love sushi.
You love sushi? Okay, Brooklyn. So
Yeah,
your sushi, mac and cheese, and noodles are great. Two of my very favorites are sushi and mac and cheese. Believe it or not, true story. I had mac and cheese today right before our interview started. And my aunt makes the best mac and cheese. And that is what I had earlier, right before we started. I had some of her famous homemade mac and cheese. It is so good. So yes, and I love sushi too. Now with sushi, do you like it raw or you like the cooked sushi? You like raw?
I like it.
You like it raw. Okay, so you got me on that one. I don't eat the raw sushi. I eat like the shrimp that's already cooked and the salmon that's already cooked, crab meat, lobster, that type of thing. Where do you go get your sushi? What's one of your favorite places to get it at?
Is there one place called Raw Sushi?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my favorite place.
Raw sushi, and you just know where you are. Now here's an off the wall question for you. And the reason I'm asking is because you're just so brilliant and smart. I don't know if this is a question for your age group. Do you know your way around where you live? Like if you're in a car, do you kind of know how to get to like Raw or how to get to the post office or how to get to school? You know how to do all that? Yes. The reason I'm asking is because most kiddos, they're on their phone when their parents are driving, so they don't even know where they are. And I know that sounds crazy, but some teenagers don't even really know how to get around. They have to Google everything, how to get around, because when their parents were driving, they were on the phone, not looking around. So you're pretty observant as to where you are. I can already tell that because you said, is that restaurant Raw? You remembered. Wow. Very, very, very impressed. Very impressed. Now, do you have a phone already?
Yes.
You have a phone. So
I got it when I was 6.
You got it when you were 6. So tell me, what are the typical rules for you, a 9-year-old with a cell phone?
So we have screen time. It goes up till 8:30 p.m. It opens up at 7:30 a.m. Mostly all the rules are when school starts, like school just started. I can't be on it as much as I used to. But I can't really be on it. I don't have any social media. My mom runs all that. The only thing I have Snapchat, I have TikTok, I have games on there, and then that's really it.
Wow, I think that's amazing that your mom has, you guys have that structure so it can keep you balanced and keep you focused on what you need to be focusing on. So do you do TikTok videos? Do you create them or you just watch them? You create them? And or any of them regarding your pageantry, your TikTok videos?
Some of them can be.
Let's talk a little bit about your you wanting to help. I'm remembering now to last December, you donated 350 pair of Bamba socks to Giving Hope and Help for children that, you know, are less fortunate. And that there was amazing. So you've done like 3 things with Giving Hope and Help to support other people. And I just think that that is amazing. Is there anything on your to-do list or something that you would personally like to do specifically to help others?
I like helping people that have disabilities. At school, there are certain people that can't do things, or they broke their arm. Like one of my friends, back in kindergarten, she's back here. Her name is Delaney. She broke her arm when she was in kindergarten, and both of her arms, like she couldn't move them at all. She couldn't open doors, so I helped her with that and getting through that. But now she's fine. She does not have on a cast anymore. It was in both her left and right arm that she broke it. And I was sad because I couldn't really play with her a lot because she had broken both of her arms. And it was sad to know that. But I helped her get through it.
Wow, amazing. Just amazing. For you to be able to just have the heart to help others, that is just, that's my heart, you know. And so to see it in a child your age, it fills me with so much joy, Brooklyn, because I know that you are already on track for greatness. You're on the road to achieve all of your dreams, and you're adding, I feel like you want to take other people with you. Would that be safe to say?
Yeah.
You want to take other people with you. Tell us a little bit about the 2 little guys in your life.
Yeah, so I have a 7-year-old brother. I don't want to say I don't get along with him.
It's quite all right. It's sibling rivalry is what it's called.
Like a battle royale, like either every day, to where we don't either get along, or all he's saying all day is whenever I come into his room, he says, "Get out."
Well, I'm going to tell you something. That is pretty, very, very, very normal for sister and brother. And that word "get out," I used to tell my little brother all the time, "Get out, get out, get out." So yes, I totally understand. My little brother would bother me so much when I was playing Barbies. I used to love to play with Barbie dolls. I had a huge collection. And my cousin and I, we would play with Barbie dolls like all day long. And my brother, he would try to come in and intervene and play. And we were like, this is not for you. Get out, get out, get out. So yeah, I totally get it. It's just sibling rivalry. Now tell us about the other little man in your life.
Yes. He's one. He's already in his terrible twos.
Already?
I would say that he has 4 teeth. He has one growing in here and then another one growing in here. But when he had one tooth, it looked like it was in the middle of his mouth, and it was cracking all of us up. It was so funny. And he could barely even close his mouth because it was like a pointy looking thing. And all he was doing is having his mouth open all day. And he keeps talking and he talks and he talks. And he does never stops talking.
Well, he's probably going to have a gift in talking. He may be an attorney, he may be a sportscaster, he may be a newscaster, he may be an actor. Just let him talk, because he's gonna be great, just like his big sister. So just let him talk.
And
go ahead.
I help him a lot. I change his diapers. All he did today was cry. My mom was cleaning up today, and while she was doing that, he was running around crying. Anytime I picked him up, he was almost about to hit his head out. He went like this, and he keeps jerking back because he's upset that he doesn't want anyone to hold him.
Well, I remember that you were carrying him around one day. Are you still able to pick him up? Because he was pretty heavy.
Yes, I am still picking him up.
Cool. Well, he is a beautiful little man. Harlem, right? Harlem? Wow, amazing. Well, you're the big sister. So I want to talk a little bit about, I know we have about 13 minutes left, but I want to talk a little bit about how you are making an influence maybe on your younger cousins. I know you have some younger cousins, or one at least, right? And actually,
Yeah.
she kind of looks like you to me, but she's a beautiful child as well. What type of influence are you having on your younger cousins? They're looking at you because you're the oldest granddaughter. Am I correct?
No.
There's a couple. She's I don't know. She might be the fourth. Because she's got some older cousins.
So you may be influencing them too. And maybe you can talk about that, Mom. I don't know, but how are you influencing the younger ones?
I would say pretty well. Amaya just turned 3, which was the 23rd, I think, that she turned 3. And she was upset on her birthday. She was saying, I don't want to have a birthday party. And we had like a slip and slide. We had a pool and stuff all set up for her. And after we opened presents, that's all she wanted to do all day was open presents. And we opened the presents, but we did presents before ice cream and cake because she was excited.
Wow.
And there was Barbies and yeah. But I would be a big influence on her because I help out with her a lot. Sometimes I stay over the weekends at my grandma's because she's there and I'm helping her out. And I would say I'm mostly helpful with everyone.
That's so amazing. Well, I know that she's watching you, and so I just wondered how that worked with her, because I know she's younger, and so you just have a tall order as being the oldest daughter, because your brothers are looking at you. Always remember that, even though there's a little sibling rivalry with the get out of my room type thing, he's still looking at you and he's watching you and he's watching you succeed. And so I think that's amazing, because he and little Harlem will follow. They will follow and they will model what you do as far as being successful and putting your mind to something and completely doing it. I'm just excited about what's to come. Is there anything, any extracurricular activity, sports or anything like that you're interested in?
Yes, one sport that I do right now is pageants, and then I do horseback riding, which I do every Tuesday, or I either do it on Thursdays.
Horseback riding, I love it. And so do you do that in your city, in your hometown?
Yeah.
Cool.
Right now, I'm learning how to do cantering, and I'm really excited about that because it's basically going at a fast pace, um, like trotting, except it's like a wave when you're going. And it was really exciting when I started, and now it's getting really serious, because that's what I do every time I go. So I'm really excited that I'm starting to do that.
Wow, horseback riding. That's amazing. That is awesome. And that's a great sport too. It keeps you in shape too. A lot of people don't know that riding horses is
Hard.
yeah, yeah, it is. I was thrown off of a horse when I don't know if I was maybe your age or not, but my grandparents had a farm and I grew up around animals and I was on a horse and I fell off of it. And I don't think I've ever gotten back. Oh, I got back on once when I was in high school. But after that, I didn't. So kudos to you. No, your mouth is open. What are you mouth dropping for? Because I didn't get back on again.
Yeah, I never knew you got thrown off of a horse.
Yeah, I did. I did. I think I was about your age. And I got thrown off of a horse. And then I didn't ride again until I was like high school. And when I rode again, I was like, wow, my ankles and my legs were sore when I got off because it's like a really good workout. It's a really good exercise riding a horse. So keep that horseback riding up. Now, does your little brother ride as well?
No,
He
he
does.
does. He used to do, he wanted to do track and then he was like, no, I don't want to do that. He used to do, right now he's doing coding, video game coding. Um, that's the only sport that he does. And he used to do taekwondo.
Now, are you into video games yourself? Do you do a little bit of that? Video games? Play them?
Yeah, I really like the game Roblox, but right now I really, really, really like the game Minecraft.
Okay. What is Minecraft? I don't know about it. Tell me about it.
So it's like a whole world with, you can join different things, and there's people and they're like animals that have block shapes on them. So you can build and explore. A lot of Minecraft is mostly about having fun. The game is really cool because it's like a block. Everything's the block shape. You have like pixelated everything. The cows, and then there's also like swamps, and there's mobs, and they come try to attack you. There's skeletons, there's zombies, there's bats, and I know those are not real things, but that's basically what it is in Minecraft.
Minecraft, cool. Cool. So my next questions, I know our time is running out. So I have a few more questions, but one I want to ask you, Brooklyn, I'd like to ask you, what would you tell a young lady or young girl your age or even younger that would like to be in a pageant or would like to start modeling? What would be some of the advice that you would share?
Mm, be nice, because there's some kids that are in pageants or modeling that aren't that nice. I've known a couple people that aren't that nice in modeling and pageants. So be nice, follow your dreams, mostly because some little girls have different dreams of that they want to be a princess or they want to be a queen, something like that. Being a reigning national title holder can be a lot of work because last year, that was a lot of work to like help out and do a bunch of stuff at once. So,
Your title last year?
huh?
What was your title last year?
International Junior Miss, Junior Princess.
Wow, totally amazing. So you hold that title for 1 year, am I correct?
Yes.
And did you crown the new person that got that, the new young girl that got that? Wow, and when did you crown that person? This year?
I crowned her last year, but the surprising fact is both of our names were Brooklyn.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Totally cool. Wow. So I love the advice that you shared that you would give to a young lady. And Mom, I want you to come in and share what you would share with a mom or a dad that would like their child to get into pageantry.
I think it's important that they see it first and foremost, because it's a sport. Every sport takes practice. It takes a village when it comes to coaching. There's so many different areas of competition to help them perfect that sport or that craft. So it's really important that the young ladies are able to watch a show. So whether it's local, right now, and it's called pageantslive.com. They can actually go on, and anytime there are upcoming systems that have competitions, they can go and watch the prelims and the finals of these competitions so that they can get, that real feeling of what the systems are about, what pageants is about, and what, these young ladies are doing. You can actually Google or YouTube them as well and be able to kind of get that. So it's important that they see that. And then once they see it and the girls are like, okay, I want to do this, is something I'm interested in, investment. Every sport is an investment. And in order for your girls to perform and do well, you have to take the time, you have to be patient and invest in that as well. Nothing you do is cheap. And there's so many different opportunities and ways to invest, whether that is getting fundraisers too, because I think a lot of times people have a hard time seeing that you can still do fundraisers. There's GoFundMes, there's donation opportunities. So you have to really step out of the box and explore those things. And once you have all that, then you can get started. So.
Wow, amazing. Awesome information. Wow. I am just blown away, Brooklyn and Miss Javon, for just your success and for you sharing here on the show. I appreciate it so much. This is on the World Wide Web. So you never know, Brooklyn. A girl from Japan may watch you and may say, hey, I want to do what Brooklyn's doing. A girl from Africa, a girl from Peru, a girl from Venezuela, Australia. This is the World Wide Web. And so thank you for using your voice to inspire other girls that they can do anything that they put their mind to. And thank you, Mom, for supporting your daughter's dreams. I think that's amazing. It's a blessing that you're able to do that. And it's a blessing that you want to do that. And so thank you all so much for coming. Brooklyn, I would love to have you come back. I would love to partner with you again on one of our upcoming events. I know you supported our feminine hygiene product drive last year in December. I'd love for you to be involved again with your crown and your sash. And I just love to share your accomplishments with the community, because you are the future of our community and of our world. And so thank you so much. Miss Jessica is here to support you, whatever you need, okay? All right, well, thank you so much. Everyone, you've tuned in to Jessica Lynn Speaks Live on KUAW Radio. This was a phenomenal show tonight. We brought in the sweetness, the sweetest of the sweet, with Brooklyn Franklin, who is Miss Elementary America 3rd grade. I said Miss Elementary America. Thank you so much for being on the show. Be blessed, everyone. You can stay on, Javon. You can stay on.
Okay.